Hello everyone, this is Bill Breeden. Welcome to my Constellation Tour number 30. Tonight we're going to talk about another ecliptic constellation. We're going to talk about Pisces the Fishes. Pisces the Fishes is located in the northern celestial hemisphere along the line of the ecliptic, and it's best viewed between October and December. So this is a mid-autumn to early winter constellation. I have Stellarium set up for our stargazing tonight, our virtual stargazing, for a suburban, moderately light polluted sky. From St. Louis, Missouri, so latitude of 38 degrees north. So let's set about finding Pisces the Fishes. Now, if you're out during the late autumn and early winter, Pisces is actually, despite the fact that it's a faint constellation, it's actually pretty easy to find because of its proximity to the Great Square of Pegasus. So we're looking east on October the 15th, and we want to look up until we see the Great Square. Great Square is right here, and Pisces is the area of the sky just below it, just over here to the right a little bit, and below the Great Square. In this whole area here, it's a pretty big constellation. So let's see the constellation lines, and you can see that this circle of stars here, although they are faint, they do make a distinct pattern in the sky that if your sight is dark enough, you can just see this circle of stars here. There's 5 of them. So here's the Great Square of Pegasus, and you want to look right over here for the circle, and then Pisces kind of does this V shape like this. So what I've done here is I've also added the line of the ecliptic, and you can see the ecliptic does pass through Pisces. And this area of the sky right here that encompasses the fishes is Pisces. So the sun passes through Pisces each year between March the 12th and April the 18th. So obviously during those dates, Pisces would be in the daytime sky. So the best time to observe Pisces in the early evening is late autumn and early winter. So since the sun travels this line of the ecliptic and the solar system is basically flat, what that tells you is that the moon and planets also follow the line of the ecliptic, and you can see that on the date here that I'm simulating, October the 15th of 2020, Mars is actually in Pisces as well. Now it's a few degrees south of the ecliptic, but it's still nearby. It depends on how much the planet's orbit is tilted to the plane of the ecliptic. So, and most planets are pretty close, within 5 or 6 degrees of the ecliptic, and they'll go north and south of the ecliptic as they orbit the sun, but they will always be found near the line of the ecliptic, which is why you get beautiful planetary conjunctions on a regular basis, because the planets are following the same path through the sky. Okay, let's have a look at the mythical figures. And you can see that Pisces is shown as two fishes. This one here on the right, the fish's head is that circle of 5 stars. And then you have the fish's tail, and then you have this string that's connecting the two fish's tails. And then the other fish ends right here just below Andromeda. So this whole area of the sky below Pegasus and Andromeda is pretty much dominated by Pisces, the fishes. Okay, we do have some double stars to look at within the constellation of Pisces. So the first one I have on my list is Alpha Piscium. So let's do a search for that. I'm not sure that's it. Let's see what the software is doing. Well, that is within Pisces. Well, let's try something else here. Let's do it this way. Let's click on the alpha symbol. Let's do it that way. Well, that's it. That's the alpha star. So that kind of surprised me. So the alpha star actually connects the two fishes together. I don't think I really realized that. Interesting to know. It's a 4th magnitude star, so it's not very bright. But it is listed here as a double star. So let's take a look at it through our finder. And there looks like there's a nice little line of 3 stars here within half a degree of Alpha Piscium. Now it's time to put an eyepiece on that. Let's go for a little more power. So here's the nice line of 3 stars next to it. That's a pretty striking view. Let's see. Alpha Piscium is 139 light years from Earth. Let's see if we can split it manually. Oh, that's interesting. It splits and then it disappears. I'm not sure what that's telling me. So it looks like it would be pretty tough to split. I'd be curious to see what that would actually look like through an eyepiece for real. I'm not sure we're getting a really good simulation on that one. So let's take a look at Zeta Piscium. And that one's listed here in Stellarium as a 5th magnitude double star. It doesn't split through the finder. And this one does split through a 13 millimeter here in this simulation. That's pretty cool. Let's see if we do it manually what it splits into. That's nice. That's a little. I think that's going to be a little easier to split than Alpha was. So this is Zeta Piscium. Looks like it has a proper name of Ravati. Interesting. It's not one I've been familiar with. So let's see where we are in the constellation. So we're along the line here of the right side fish. Very interesting. Okay, I have another double star we can search for. This one is called Psi Piscium. See, and it found Psi 2, so that tells me that this must be a pretty easy to split one. Let's see Maybe this is it here. Yeah, there's Psi 1 and Psi 2. So this looks like this is more of a finder scopes double star, because you've got, let's have a closer look. Psi 1 is magnitude 5.3, 238 light years away, and Psi 2 is magnitude 5.5, and its distance is 176 light years away. So this is an unrelated double. Okay, well let's see what Pisces looks like from a dark site. Let's make it dark. Oh boy. Okay, let's see if we can figure this out here. We're looking east, and we're going to look up high in late fall for the Great Square of Pegasus. It's right here. And we're going to look just to the lower right of it for this circle of stars right here. So that's one of the fish's heads. And then here's the fish and the line. Here's the alpha star. And then it extends back up this way to the other fish's head. Were we close? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. So from a dark site, as long as you use Pegasus as a signpost, you should be able to find Pisces. And this line of stars here, coming down to here and going back up this way, that's actually pretty striking. So that'll help you find Pisces. So I've just learned that this pattern of stars here is also known as the circlet. It's just a pattern of unrelated stars. It's an asterism. So there is one Messier object in Pisces. It's a galaxy. It's M74. And it's magnitude 9.4. And it's located 30 million light years from Earth. So let's have a look through the finder at this Messier object. And it looks like it's a face-on grand design spiral. So face-on galaxies are beautiful, but they're harder to see through a smaller aperture telescope because of their surface brightness being lower. And this is a simulated view of M74 through a 13mm Nagler eyepiece. Okay, well this concludes my tour of Pisces the fishes. Good night and good seeing.